Hello, hello. Welcome to Leap Taken. I'm Mika, and here at Leap Taken, I talk about all things witchy, craft related, law of attraction, manifesting, esoteric, and everything else in between. This is an in between video. We're going to do some planning with a witchy twist, of course, because I am a witch. I'm a cottage witch, to be exact. So, the main things we're using for mostly everything is I have this happy planner, plant your dreams and grow a happy life. This was in a box kit that they sent out some time ago that I ordered. It was like I wanted it, I got it. I think it was last year, and then this came with it. So let's get into it. So first things first, we need to do a quick setup. That's me. So I had it for some time, and I don't even know if it was, I think it was last year, but anyway, it could have been a year before because I waited a while. Then I thought I was going to do something in March, and I didn't. And it was so pretty how I set it up, but I did nothing. So I'm not going to remove it because that's okay. It's okay. We're going to start in July. I live in a mostly warm climate. It's mostly warm here. Um, so I'm comfortable with like starting my planning journey. Now it's hot as all heck right now, so that's another layer. Like I'm looking at my flowers outside, and they're like holding on for dear life. They're holding on, but they are like mega thirsty all the time because it's here. It's Arizona, so that's a problem. So what are you gonna do, right? Anyway, let's get into it. So this is the monthly. I'm going to come back to that. We're going to jump right in to sort of setting up. So let me kind of show you how this book is set up. And I'm going to make this a little bigger so you can see exactly what's going on. So let's get into how this planner is set. So first off, there's the monthly page, which is undated. Let me move Mr. Rubber Tree out the way. That's what I call it. It's not, but we'll get to that later. Anyway, so we have the gardening project section and the date. So this is great, plant type, budget, spent. So this is if you are working on building your garden, I guess, and that's great. So I don't have to use it that way. That's okay. I'll come back to that part. This is really what I'm interested in, the take care, water, feed, repot, because this is actually really important to me. So we're going to start with the first plant. And I'm going to do some decorating and things like that as well. But this part needs to be filled out. But I'm just going to do a quick flip through here of this area. So this is your regular weekly, I guess, so to speak. And all the pages look the same. They're pretty, clear. Not clear. What's the word I'm trying to say? Neutral. It's just black and white, and so you can add colors and things like that, which I will be doing. That'll be the extra fun stuff. But we need to get set up first. So let's do that. To get set up, we need to write down these plants that I have because I've just, as of yesterday, increased my plants because I may or may not have a problem, but it's a great problem to have. So we're going to start with one. We're going to start with one of them that I have that I happen to like. Now let me show you what I do. So I have my iPad here, right? Oop, let me turn it. I have my iPad here. So I have a picture of the plant that I've taken, and I also took liberties, which I'm about to show you, to print out some of them. And my printer did something really janky, and it started it before. These are pre-cut photo labels, stickers. So kind of bummed about what that just did, but we're going to move on. It's this one up here. So it's enough where I can take it and use it. I'll do my best to use that right here. So this is the plant in question. This is the actual picture. That's my plant. And I wanted to look up a little bit more information with good old Google to help me. So that's what we're going to do. So the first one is going to be the dragon tree. Now, if you watch my channel, you might have saw that I have videos where I talk about dragons and things like that. So interesting indeed. So anyway, that's the plant dragon tree, right? But the actual name is Dracona marginata. Anyway, it's a low maintenance plant. Most of my plants are pretty relatively low maintenance. I mean, house plants typically are, but I'm home most of the time, so it works for me. They prefer bright or lightly shaded spot, but they'll tolerate lower light because I have mine kind of in the middle of the home where it gets some sun, but it's not like intense. Um, uh, it says here, yeah, I'm just looking at the thing. It says compost. It likes most compost, but is tolerant of erratic watering. But that's weird. Okay, wipe the leaves occasionally to keep them dust free. So that's pretty much it. So I was just looking for like general information. They have here yellow leaves indicate thirsty. They're thirsty. Use room temperature water. When to do it, brown edges of green leaf indicate overwatering. Be mindful of fluoride levels in water. Use distilled water if possible. So there's that part. Anyway, this will help me as far as when to water. So this is what we're filling in. So we're going to switch gears and use the marker here. This is for watering. So we're going to fill that box in. Okay. So that's the first one. It's a dragon tree. So this is basically what I've been waiting to finally do and set up. So like, keep track of when I'm watering it from week to week or whatever. Well, not really week because we have the watering thing here, but what I find interesting is this plants in general or just some? You see what I mean? But that's where these sections come into play. But stay with me, y'all see. All right, so we got the first one. So I kind of just wanted to list my plants in one place and then I can carry on. Because like I said, I just recently purchased additional plants. So because, that's who I am apparently is the crazy plant lady now. I've definitely become that person. So the next plant that we're going to look into is what is this called? It's just Dracaena. Let's see. I'm going to Google search that. I'll show you that plant in a minute. It just says Dracaena. Let me see. Yeah. So to put it in perspective, because the labels that they came in, I'm about to like move things and repot certain things anyway, but stay with me. It's this one, so it's right. So it's this particular one I'm seeing now. Like you can see. This is the picture of the plant. This is my plant that I own. So we're gonna look at Dracaena is a genus of about 120 species of trees and succulent shrubs. Huh. I was looking to see if it had another name that I'm not aware of. Let's see. Is it good for indoor plant? It better be because that's what I got. Since it cannot tolerate low light, but it's not frost hardy, it's often grown indoors. Well, that makes sense, right? So I pretty much know that what I was looking for was like more information about these plants as far as like names and things like that, but that's what we call them. Yeah, I'm just searching to see if y'all call it something else. People got a name like elephant ears and this and that. Like, give me the fun names. That's what I'm looking for. But apparently, this is what like lucky bamboo, like where's that? Apparently, no. It's just that. Huh. Let's see. How to grow and care for your Dracaena plants. So it's a part of a family. So we're just going to call it that. Okay, so that takes care of that one. And then we're going to move on to the next. Think that's all. Now, I have an aloe vera plant I didn't do, but that's okay. I don't have a picture of, but it's there. And I have some succulents as well. So that takes care of those. And then I have my actual outdoor plants, which I'll get to eventually as well, but that's not on here, so that's okay. So now that we took a little time for that part, now we're gonna move on to, I needed to write these things down, guys. Like it was super imperative that I got this stuff written down. Okay, so the more I think about it, I wanna use this page because I don't need a monthly calendar. So I'm gonna use this and we're gonna cut it out And then we can write the names. I needed a master list, so to speak, first to work with. And then I could go from there. So we're just gonna take, oh, you know what? I didn't even want this. This is the outside one. I'm gonna come back to that. Oopsie. See, look what happened. Like, oh, I was so annoyed. But that's enough. I can see it. I can see what it is. And then I'm gonna set this up where I write the names on it. Okay, so I finally made sense of this. So this is basil over here, by the way. And I'm pretty sure there's some sage in here too. And this is rosemary. And I have an aloe vera plant, which I didn't take a picture of. That's okay. I gotta save something for the next time. But this is where I'm starting. So this is super helpful in just getting an idea. Now, next time I can get more creative with the lettering and things like that. But you know what? I'll live. It's fine. So let's put this back in here. And then we can get to more of the traditional part of this. But I wanted to do, you know, I had to get this set up first on how I wanted it. So let's go ahead and just start with that. So first off, we're gonna just write, wrong one. We're gonna write it. I'm not gonna use any fancy stickers or anything like that because I don't feel like it. 4, 5. This is real homey. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, and this is July. So we're gonna use some stickers. They have adorable stickers in here. So I know that I'm gonna do some planting and some seeds and things like that. So I'm gonna make sure I have like some representation of that in just a moment. So I'm looking for that right off the jump because I know I'm gonna be doing that soon. So let's do this. So this is, yeah, this is cute. This is black and white. I was looking for something a little colorful, but, and there's gold. Let's see. Those are cute. So we are going with this one for sure. So I know I'm going to be doing some of this and some pruning as well. And some wiping off the leaves, spraying them, just the leaves and wiping them off for sure. Making sure, checking the sunlight situation on my newer one, see if that works out. Definitely doing that. Just, it's only been a couple days with the new plants. I just want to make sure that they're doing okay. So this is pretty cute, pretty and cute. Using this one here. I think I'll use it at the bottom. Now, let's get into the vibrational aspect of house plants and flowers and things like that around your house. Please know that, and yes, I do love my jungle. I'm building a little indoor jungle in the middle of Arizona here. It is definitely happening. But anyway, what you just want to remember is that these are living beings. They are living beings, right? Plants. So think about just, we don't have to get into a big thing. It doesn't have to be all extra woo-woo, but it is a situation that I think it's worth just thinking about, that energy that's coming in. We're going to do some harvesting, so I know I want that too. I'm kind of like in this bluish gray coloring. So this harvesting is going to happen over the next weekend. So I think I'll put that up here. No, I'll put it in the middle. Anyway, yeah, they emit their own frequency individually, collectively, of course, as well. They respond to us talking to them. You know, look at this. Beautiful, right? They respond to us. They, loving on them, talking to them, being gentle with them. They love that. I'm finding that out. Like this plant that I have here, Mr. Giggles, that's what I call it, or Miss Giggles, because it's just something I just find absolutely, it's the way it shakes is like, it reminds me of laughing. That's what it is. Anyway, bit by bit, just like new leaves started, like small tiny leaves started, and then next thing you know, boom, it was like an explosion of these small leaves, and then getting to medium size, and they've just been growing ever since. And it's just like so cute to see that. And it's also really, I don't know, it's very motivating because it's the immediate connection to nature for me. I think that's what it is. It's like, it's a very deep, not deep, what's the word? Immediate. Yeah, it's an immediate connection because if you give it water, you fertilize, you take care of it, you put it in sunlight, you move when it, you're tending to it, you're caring for it. Guess what? It grows and you can see the impact of your work right off the bat. And sometimes we need that. I feel like sometimes we just need maybe to have that going on in our lives. There's so many things that are precarious and so many things that are doubtful about just the world right now. It's nice to be able to rely on something that you put your invested time in, energy, and that it actually works for you. It actually responds to your nurture and your care. And that's the thing that is so awesome about taking care of plants and having flowers and just maintaining it, trees, whatever your situation is, even if it's just the grass outside, to keep it nice. Like that is like super cool and awesome because you get that immediate satisfaction from it. Yeah. Anyway, that's just me. And I feel like, it's always giving back to you. What you put in, it comes back energy wise. And that's a good thing, having that connection to land and work and what you do is immediately, having the ability to see it, like how a farmer works, their crops and things like that. It could be for business purposes, but the point is, the investment that they put into it, they're able to see that payoff of time, energy, money, they can see that payoff. That's all I'm saying. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing indeed. And that's one of the things, but energetically speaking, staying on that and frequency and such, for me in my house as a cottage witch, I think it just adds to the overall level of peace. Now, the plants are not doing it all the work. I'm doing it with the magic that I practice within these walls, but also they support it for me. They're also supportive of that energy. And we're all just sort of vibing off of each other, Isn't that wonderful though? When you think about it like that, like me, the plants, the other energy, the spirits in the house, the house has its own spirit itself, separate from everything else. I don't know. I think that's kind of cool, actually. I know some people are really frightened by that, the idea that their home exists, like has its own spirit and it exists outside of them. Like that's a little terrifying to some people. And I totally get that. I really do. But at the same time, I mean, it is. And there was like, well, the house doesn't have standalone. It can. Eventually, and that's something that happens over time. It's like born, and then it's the structure, and then people are viewing it, before it's sold or something like that, and people are viewing it. So different energy is coming in. That's like hopeful energy, maybe possibly fearful energy. It's a lot of that. So initially, that's what's being introduced to the energy in the home, and then eventually inhabitants are there, and yeah, they start to, uh, you know, imprint their energy, and then the home is accepting of that, plus whatever land it's been built on, the energy of the area itself, what's there. So all of that goes into play. Yeah, I told you it was woo woo. Let's see, garden planning, seed shopping. I did want to get some seeds, so we do actually want that one. And we can start researching more of that on Thursday to purchase on Friday, because most likely I'll be doing by mail anyway. So that's a great idea, and I can list some things here. Thought they had some list pages, stickers. Let's see. I could have thought wrong. Yeah, they do. Yeah, I was like, I thought they did. Here we go. Let's see if I can lay this down pretty straight. Straight enough. Oh, that takes care of that one. And this gives me, by the way, I'm leaving spaces because I want to be able to journal things that I notice, any movements, things like that. The things that I harvest, I know that I'm harvesting basil for sure. Like that's happening, and some of the rosemary that's going down. Well, I'm going to be doing that today, so I don't need to write that down because this is a week ahead that I'm talking about this. But it's okay. Okay. Ooh, there's a great place for journaling. I kind of like that. I want to add that space as well. I'm not done. I'm going to actually put that here. This is more of a you come in and you write. It doesn't have to be daily. The taking care section and the other side is more about like kind of logging, watering. Some things are watered, like my outside things have to be watered every day. I can maybe go one day, but that's about it. Trust me, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. So yeah, I wanted to put this here, herbs. That is really nice. I like that. We're going to talk about succulents. This is where I get to have my notes about the herbs that maybe seedlings I'm planting, and the succulents that I have as well, and just some little bit of details about that. So that works out great having that. This sticker book is really nice. Soak up the sun, daily gratitude, take a day off. We'll use to take a day off for sure because it's Saturday. I'll be off anyway. Of course we could take a day off. It's Saturday. There we go. This is the most chattiest, longest video planner video I think I may have ever done. If you made it this far, thank you. I appreciate your efforts. Maybe you have this on in the background. Maybe you just like me, you get a kick out of like planning videos and the rambling that inevitably occurs when there's someone doing a planning video, because I think we all just chat like it's just, it's just me and you, and we're sitting here just, having a chit chat like girlfriends, or friends. I shouldn't just say that. It's not always about the girls. So I think I like that there. Because I'm giving myself plenty of spaces to write, so it's okay. So Friday, let's go ahead and fill that in. And I probably will have to order some more of these books, and I'm gonna most likely look for like custom stickers and things like that regarding plants, not flowers, because you see a lot of garden things, flowers, but I'm thinking specifically for plant stuff. Like I want those kind of stickers, so we'll see. But I think I'll just use this. This is really cool. And the whole, look at that, look how that worked out. I think I got away from me for a second, but here we go. All right. And this is just about it. Okay, so this is basically for my week what I have going on. This is the decorating. I already had some ideas in mind, so I just sort of put it in there. And I like kind of how it's like, think like a garden. You have this plot, this area. I like really get a kick out of that. I've plenty of room to write down like the seeds that I know I'm going to plant. That's what this represents. Any notes, notes here. I have a whole section here, and I can write, you know, what I'm harvesting, but I have a whole area here. It's not so much about the days of the week per se, and I don't even know if I'll be doing that going forward. I don't know. I might just put like a border or something up there with like some washi tape. I have my notes, which are kind of crappy, but you know, it is what it is. And here I can, you know, and here's where I can keep, you know, crack at the watering schedule for these items. So that's really helpful to me. As I said, I water my outside garden every day. It's not even necessary. Pest control this month, I don't have that, especially indoors. Gratefully, I don't have an issue with that. So I don't know going forward how I'll be using this space. I might just like put a picture up going forward, or like, you know, my favorite one of the week, like a highlight, and maybe write some details. I was thinking like this is a section to put like my herbology section. Like I could put that here and then write about it, facts about it. And it's like something to study for that month, you know, a little bit more information about it. And then over here, gardening projects. If I am doing something, like this is the opportunity to write the seeds that I planted, you know, when I planted them. And down here, you know, it says here, plant date, plant type, budget spent. I mean, I guess I can write the seeds, but also this is a great place to write, jot down notes and reminders. Like I need to purchase seeds for some items and things like that. It's not so much about this year, but going into next year, just thinking about it. And then here is my section where I took a picture and it got a little janky along the way, but yeah, what are you gonna do? But ultimately I got the main thing. I needed the names for some of these. I mean, I see it when I look at the pop, but like I wanted a condensed space so I can get to know them on a different level. Like once you know their name, you know more about them. So this lets me know their names. Like next month, I probably will do the same thing, but make it a little bit more cooler, washi tape, you know, a little more prettier. But I needed a starting point. And this is just the cover page. This is July. Is this not awesome looking, just this cover? And then here, I haven't done anything with this because I just haven't thought about it, like focus for this month. And I think for me, it's just, my focus is just to care for everything. Birthdays, things to remember. I mean, I could right here. It's not that important. And any additional notes that I want to take, maybe I can use this page, honestly, as a reflection page for the month of July. I think as opposed to the goals, because I feel like I got so much room to present to like put that out there. Like to me, this is like the goals page. You know, what you started with, the seeds, purchasing seeds, planting, the things that you maybe harvested and all of that. I feel like that's the projects, so to speak, that I'll be doing. And there is no page to reflect. Yeah. So maybe I'll use the front instead of goals, but more as a page to sort of reflect, you know, on the month. And that's where I can write it, you know. Maybe I'll write the initial focus and then how it went here, you know, a little summary. So that might be cute. And then I can add like a picture up here or something, or pictures here on the side of different plants to, you know, highlight those, how they worked out, the garden, things like that. So this is just the beginning, but I wanted to share, and a little rambly on this video. My editing is going to be a fun time, but this is what I got. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. Please don't forget to hit like, subscribe, share. Consider hitting the join button to join Leap Taken. And if you are interested in my Leap Taken services, go ahead and head over to leaptaken.com. The links are in the descriptions if you're interested. All right, I'm out of here. Thanks so much again for watching. Bye-bye.